Well, guys, we're back. It is NFL season 1 month away. This is our season predictions. EJ had the bright idea to break it up into divisions, which I think helps our time so we don't have these 2 hour long episodes like we did last season. Granted, that was our first year, like doing this episode, or I should say, first year of this whole channel. So, wow, it's already been a year, which is amazing. So, seems like we haven't come a long way with our setup, but that's for you guys to judge. But anyways, our first division that we're gonna speak about is the NFC South. Obviously, I got my on my Tampa Bay gear on. Tampa Bay is my second favorite team. One, mainly because I live in Florida, and two, because they're the Eagles' kryptonite, and I hate the Eagles. Screw the Eagles if you know me. Thank God EJ is not here for this, but the Bucks, I love them. I love Baker Mayfield. Chris Godwin is my favorite player on the Bucks. They had a good season last year. I called it. Everybody called me stupid. I called it, and I called it. So the Bucks are my second favorite team. I had to put it on, talking about their division. Now, let's talk about it. Who do I have coming in at number 4? Well, this team, they didn't make a lot. I mean, let's pump the brakes. They made improvements, and they had a good free agency, but they didn't pick up anybody that's going to be like, wow, they're going to go from a 2-16 or whatever team to this playoff championship, bound team. No, absolutely not. The biggest pickup was Deontay Johnson from the Steelers and Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, those are the two biggest free agent pickups this offseason. To me, that's not going to get you to the Super Bowl. Bryce Young, also big question mark on him. And like I said, they didn't make that much roster improvements. Also, their offensive line is one of the worst in the league. Washington's was the worst last season, but Washington improved all around. So now it's Carolina, and Bryce Young is going to get hammered straight up. But for me, the problem is this. They have a promising quarterback. They have a promising running back. Why can't you pay to get them some protection up front? Makes no sense to me. But anyways, my breakout for this team is going to be Chuba Hubbard because, he had a pretty good rookie season last season. He's going to have a breakout year this year, and he's going to be one of the only weapons to this offense. So, yeah. Panthers coming in at 4-11 in this NFC South division. Going to my third place team. They had a good offseason, good free agency. They signed Kirk Cousins. They signed Darnell Mooney, which is one of my favorite receivers that are on the rise up. They made major roster improvements all around on both sides of the ball. But what confuses me is, why do you pick Michael Penix at pick 8? That is what confuses me. Michael Penix at pick 8 when you gave Kirk Cousins $200+ million over 4 or 5 years? Come on, man. That's questioning to me. Yes, he had an Achilles injury. Yes, Achilles injuries pretty much kind of ruin quarterbacks' careers. But no, you do not pick a quarterback first round at pick number 8 when there was some top gunners on the board. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Coaching staff, brand new, all around, everywhere. I like it. Team is up in stock, but they're just not there yet. My breakouts will be Drake London and Bijan Robinson. So think about that for fantasy football. Oh, you guys just saw. You guys could probably already guess who my top 2 teams are. But going to my second team, we got the New Orleans Saints. Okay, they're coming in at 9-8 as well. And then obviously, I could take this off now. With the Saints coming in at 2, I got the Tampa Bay Bucks coming in at 9-8 as well. So we're gonna have a 3-way tie of the 3 teams in this division. I feel like they're always close, almost every year. But let's talk about the Saints before we get ahead of ourselves here. They had a really good offseason. People kind of don't look at it. They drafted Spencer Rattler, which is an up and down guy, but he has potential. They signed Chase Young, which makes that defense even way better than they already were. Chris Olave coming off a breakout year. So this team is promising, and like I said, man, that defense is just so pure. I like the defense, but the quarterback is the biggest question. Can Derek Carr perform? Can he be that guy from New Orleans? That's why they drafted. You see, here's what Atlanta should learn from. You draft a quarterback when you don't know your starter is the guy. Kirk Cousins, you gave him $212 million. Why would you give him that much money if you don't know that's the guy? So then you go and draft like Penix Jr., which is a promising rookie quarterback, but he's also older in age. Well, not older than Kirk Cousins, but he's older than your typical rookie quarterback. It just makes no sense to me. So the Saints did it the right way. The Saints that's why they're going to leapfrog the Falcons, because they're going to sweep them. Okay? But looking at this team, quarterback is the biggest. The defense is going to carry them, and they have a tough schedule. They will start off 4-0, I think. They're going to have a great start to the year, but after that, it's going to be kind of up and down. It's going to be kind of like a sway, win here, lose here. And now to the division winners, the Bucs. The Bucs will own this division for the next 3 years. I called it here. The Bucs will also come in at 9-8. A team coming off the NFC divisional round game, losing to the Detroit Lions. Pretty good team. A team that people didn't even have making the playoffs, a.k.a. my co-host here. But looking at the Bucs team, they didn't really make that much improvements in the offseason. The offense stayed the same. I see them starting off 3-0 and then struggling just like the Saints throughout the year, kind of up and down. But But the Bucs are pretty old. The Bucs are pretty old now. On both sides of the ball. And they're going to have a lot of injuries, I think, throughout the season. That's why they're going to start off 3-0 and then kind of have the age factor come in and the injury factor play a big role. But they had some major losses on defense. They lost Devin White. That is significant to me. I know people kind of say like he's washed. No. They lost him to the Eagles, the team that they beat in the playoffs. So that to me is kind of like a kick in the nuts if I was a Bucs fan, which I am. Patriots, though, top team. But the Bucs, I do root for. But just looking at this team overall, I mean, they lost a lot of names on the defensive front and the secondary. The offense stayed the same, and they're gonna have an up and down year. But when push comes to shove, they're gonna own this division. They're gonna split a couple with the Saints, split a couple with the Falcons, and sweep the Panthers. And then they're going to beat some teams outside of this division as well, in conference and out of conference as well. Looking at their schedule, though, they do have a fairly tougher schedule than last season. They open up the season with Washington, which I'm planning on all that being at. But overall, the Bucs, I think, will be 9-8. They're going to win this NFC South division. They're going to be in the playoffs along with the Saints out of this division. Then the Falcons get sent to the drawing board. I think something's going to happen with them. I just don't know what. But anyways, this was our NFC South predictions. I got the Bucs coming out on top. Hope you enjoyed. Good to be back. And, we'll keep going. I'll see you guys on the NFC North episode.